Sorry we couldn't be there tonight. We thought that as long as we couldn't be there, we'd let some of your friends and family experience what we think your life was like in Buffalo when you were here. And after you had Nancy here last year, you started off at the Greater Buffalo Airport. Now, I know all you people in Atlanta are thinking snow and wind and rain and crappy weather conditions in Buffalo, but it's March 3rd, and we're going to give you a little tour of Wayne's life after this truck gets out of my way. So here we are, the Niagara Frontier. Wasn't the birthplace of Wayne Richard Friedman, but he certainly enjoyed some great years here. We had some fun, we had some embarrassing moments, and we're going to share all of them with you. Wayne came to Buffalo from Albany, New York, where his dad, we know him as Arnie, but he was Mark back then, was a weatherman, and Wayne joined us in the 4th grade. Lane in Williamsville, New York. Getting strange looks from the neighbors already as we come down. Wayne was part of a good group of guys growing up here. We're just going to wheel it right in Wayne's driveway here, like he used to, and give you a shot of the house. 52 Ava Lane, the Friedman home. You know, Wayne was a very popular guy in the neighborhood, so I think what we'll do is we'll knock on a few of the neighbors' doors, and let's see what their thoughts are about Wayne and some of the nice moments they remember about him when he was a child growing up here. Hello again, we're back. The Troutman's house, the Adler's house. About 10 people lived in that house down here. This was the Constam's house. Let's go up and see what the neighbors have to say about remembering Wayne Friedman. As soon as I hear the dangle. Hi! Hi! We're doing a little video to send to Wayne Friedman. Wondered if you'd tell some nice things about Wayne, if you remember. Who? Wayne Friedman? You remember Wayne?
Is he from this area?
Yeah, he used to live next door. No? Don't remember?
No.
Sorry. Thanks.
No problem.
Okay. We're standing at the site of many adventures for us that lived on Ava Lane. This is the creek, and I'm standing on the flood area. Wayne spent many hours here hanging out, watching driftwood and debris roll by. Wayne also was a famous participant in the annual crayfish slaughter, where we would wipe the whole creek out of crayfish and fry them on the street on a hot day. I'm not real proud of that moment, but just thought we got to tell it like it is, so y'all know how Wayne behaved when he was younger. Well, sorry we didn't have any luck with that first neighbor, but let's try the Beniskevich home. They've been neighbors here for 30 plus years. They're sure to remember me. Let's see if anybody's home here. Anybody home? Doors open. This could be an opportunity. Remember when we used to go in the houses, Wayne, when the doors were... Oh, I shouldn't be talking about that stuff. Hi, Mr. B. How are you? How are you? Yeah, we're doing a little video on Wayne Friedman.
Wayne Friedman?
Yeah, do you remember Wayne? I thought
No,
you might...
I never heard of him.
No? Oh, okay. Thanks.
Friend of yours?
Yeah, he used to live here. You know, having trouble finding people that know him. So.
Never heard of him.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks.
Good seeing you. Let's go try Mr. Grant. Somebody around here's got to remember Wayne. Remember this, Wayne? The site of Jim Troutman's paper box. We blew it up one time. You remember that? Come on. Mr. Grant has got to remember. He's been here since before I was here. Hey, Mr. Grant.
Hi.
How are you? Nice to see you.
Coming in?
Can I bring your garbage cans in for you
Sure.
today?
The check's in the
Beautiful.
mail, you said.
We, John Tico and I are just doing a little video to send to Wayne Friedman, and wondered if you had any recollections of Wayne, some kind things that he did for you.
Oh, yeah, Wayne who, though?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Wayne, he used to live across the street.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
Do you?
Very vaguely.
Vaguely?
Right,
Yeah.
very vaguely.
Okay, but nothing special
Nothing
sticks out?
special. No, nothing special.
Okay, well, thanks.
Okay.
Nice seeing you.
Good.
Take care.
Wrap around.
Okay, we're going to walk over to Mrs. Ulmer's house, my mom. She's sure to remember. And let's, well, heads up. Here comes somebody here. Who is that? Valerie! How are you? How are you? We're just doing a little videotape to send to Wayne Friedman for his 45th birthday.
Oh, I remember him.
You remember Wayne?
Yeah, I had a date with him.
You had a date with Wayne?
One time, it was a pity date.
It was a pity date?
Yes, friends of mine fixed me up.
So how'd it go? Was he a gentleman? Was he?
Oh, he was a gentleman, but we didn't hit it off.
No, you didn't?
We were on separate dates.
Were ya? Were ya? What, was there anything about him you liked?
Not really.
No, okay, well, thanks for trying. Okay.
Nice guy, though,
Thanks.
but not my type.
Thanks. Have a great one.
Bye.
Hi, Ma.
Hello, honey.
How are you?
I'm good. I couldn't be better.
John and I are doing a little video about Wayne Friedman. I think you remember Wayne.
Wayne?
Yeah, Wayne. The
Friedman.
kid used to live across the street about 25 years ago. No? No?
No, I don't ever remember you mentioning it.
Really?
No.
Yeah, he was a nice boy. Played the piano. Played the piano a lot. And,
No. You don't mean Jim Trout?
no, no. Okay, well,
John
thanks.
Tiga? Okay.
Thanks, Mom. Love you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. This is 60 Ava Lane was site of the Medwin family. In fact, Wayne, Mrs. Medwin kind of had a thing for you, didn't she?
Okay.
Now, here we are at the site of the Friedman home, and there's a lot of history in this house. Arnie built Marcia an addition on the back so she could do her art, and there has to be some folklore that these people must know about Wayne Friedman and the Friedman family. So let's find out. Hi, I'm Steve Ulmer. Paul's brother. We're doing a video for our friend Wayne Friedman, who grew up in this house. I'm certain that you've lived in this house this many years. You must have some stories that the house must have some kind of ambiance about Wayne. Have you heard about Wayne or know of him?
No, Wayne who?
Wayne Friedman. You,
Never heard of
mom or dad never told you about the family that lived here before you did?
him.
No? Okay. So, sorry. Thanks for talking to us. Well, obviously, time has been an obstacle here, Wayne. You've been away too long, but let's go in the backyard and check that out. See if we have any memories from back here. I remember the backyard being a little bigger than this. I don't know. Oh, did that tree get big or what? Holy mackerel. And I see that they're maintaining the lawn the same way the Friedmans used to be. Kenny used to cut the lawn, be responsible for the lawn, and I think that the lack of growth back here is probably because of some of the fertilizer Ken put on it. In fact, as long as we're on Ken, Ken, I'm assuming you're there, so how are you, buddy? John and I say hello. Just wanted to flash back and remember that party you had that night when your parents and Wayne were out of town. Oh, forgot there's kids there again, so we gotta leave that. You know, there's so many things I'd like to talk about, but we're just not going to be able to because, you know, still don't want your parents to know about this stuff after these years. A lot of time spent in this creek, though. A lot of sailboat races down here. I think it's a lot deeper. It looks a little different. We used to find, what was that stuff we used to find there, John? That crystal stuff? You remember that? Mica.
Mica.
That was it, mica. We used to think that was like gold. And that's where the lady jumped out the window. One of those houses across the street, the lady jumped out the window that night when she was having her bad dream. Yeah, the old neighborhood sure has changed. So here we go down Ava Lane. In fact, remember that spot right there, Wayne? That's the spot of the infamous Wayne Friedman paper box fire in 1969. Neighbors still remember that one. And let's see, we got the Medwins, the Dyes, or somebody lived here. The Wieners. The Wieners. 74, always one of our, remember we used to call them the Wieners or something like that? And the Tico family. And speaking of the Tico family, scared the photographer there a little bit. Our photographer today is John Michael Tico himself. So why don't we look out your window, John? Show them the other side of the street. There's the Kitchens house and the Shines house and the Jacksons house and what else we got here? We got the Schofields house. Always remember those guys? They were the first hippies we knew. They used to do all that psychedelic stuff in the basement and let us run around with the strobe light on and stuff like that. And, the Quinns, Ian James, and the Schmitz. And what was that other one? The Shanings. That's it. The Schmitz.
How do you remember this?
I lived here longer than you. I was here since first grade. And this is where the St. Bernard was when Glenn Robbins blew up the doghouse, or burned it to the ground, the big St. Bernard. But they were also famous. They gave us those big chocolate bars on Halloween that we used to try to sneak back and get an extra
And get
one.
more.
And here was one of our favorite spots, Kim's Circle, home of Glenn. Glenn, I hope you're there because I'm going to take some shots at you. So. Oh, there's a friendly neighbor. We're not going to ask any more neighbors if they know anyone, though. That's long gone. So what do we got here? The Vance's house. First time we kissed anybody, Wayne, was at Linda Vance's house. Remember that? There was about 6 of us. We all took turns with Linda kissing her. That was about 6th grade, though. And then there was Lori somebody or other who had the bad leg, walked with a limp. Then there was the infamous Robbins house with the beautiful pool and basketball court. And oh, look at that. There's Grandma Bat's house through the distance there, John. Look at that. Looks like something out of Disney World back there. They used to have those chestnut trees in front that we used to go pick up, and that's where Glenn built the racetrack back there and hijacked the bulldozer to roll it real nice for us and stuff like that. There's where Joe Kringle's house was bombed during some political campaign in '72. Yeah, a lot of fond memories of our neighborhood when we were growing up. And this, is hard to believe, is the site of Barry's hamburger stand here, or what once was. Barry's became Big Molly's and all that kind of stuff, and we spent a lot of time there eating burgers up there. Tom Troutman worked there and used to sneak us free food. Wayne's paper had one exciting customer. 572 Frankhauser was the home of Ray Carlton, who was the starting running back for the Buffalo Bills, who were world champions back in 1964 and 65. Yes, world champions. We believe the AFL was the only league in football. And those of us from Buffalo have to claim a world championship for something, so we're going to take those two, of course.
Football contracts weren't that big back then.
Right. I think Ray got paid $12,000 in his biggest year. And this is where Wayne always wanted to go to Temple, but those people were a little soft for him. You know, we had a lot of great moments, a lot of funny ones, and there was one exceptional moment that stands out in all our minds. The day that Wayne fell in the street. In fact, the neighbors, they don't remember Wayne, but everybody still honors him. This is the spot where Wayne fell during a football game in the street, while Connie Francis and Linda Evans were visiting the Friedman household, and Linda Evans came out to care for Wayne. And all the guys, we always thought, wow, you know, Linda Evans was the star of the Big Valley, and Connie Francis was the star of Honey West, and Wayne laid here and was attended to by Linda Evans. And it's a shrine. It's a neighborhood shrine. People today still talk about it. Okay, we got another neighbor here. This is our last shot here. Somebody might remember Wayne Friedman. Billy, how are you?
Hey, Steve, how you doing?
Great, great. John and I are checking out with some of the neighbors. We're trying to find somebody that remembers Wayne Friedman. He lived at 52 Ava Lane right there.
Yeah. He was a guy. His father owned Channel 7 when he was a good basketball player.
Yeah,
remember?
yeah. A hell of a
he's-
golfer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
That's
yes. Yes.
Wayne Friedman. Hey, Wayne, how you doing?
Happy birthday, buddy. Park. The corner of Cindy and Linden Lane. There's Ellie Nolan's house right there. There's Ellen Greben's house.
Ooh.
Remember Ellen? Oh yeah, Ellen was fine. Ellen was fine. And this is the approximate site here, right behind that station wagon right there, kind of that yellowy station wagon. That remember on Halloween, Wayne, you decided after you were taking karate lessons you were going to be sheriff on Halloween night, and that little kid was hiding behind the thing. Little did you know he was the New York State wrestling champion, Pat Clary, and your karate didn't work too good that night, but Pat turned out to be an alright guy anyways, pal. We got Ken Murray's house, and I don't even remember everybody's house. Somebody used to live there, I remember that. The Barton's house, David Barton, one of your close friends. The Barton family, and there's Kim Burzon's house up there. And Zeus's house. That's Zeus.
Zeus.
And there's Maplemere off in the distance. This is the way we used to walk to school in the morning. This is the route we used to take, and we had a good time walking to school, picking up our friends as we go. We used to have the old Maplemere theme song that Mr. Van Dett wrote. I started off to Maplemere at 25 to 9. Come on, Wayne, you remember the words. You remember everything. I know you remember that. Here we are, Maplemere Elementary. Our school. See if the baseball diamond's still here. Come on. Yes! Many games at the old baseball. Boy, it even looks smaller than it used to. But this was our school. In fact, there used to be a safety patrol here, and I remember the day that Mrs. Friedman came over and yelled at me because Kenny was misbehaving, and I put him in the girls' line. And Kenny, you got to admit to me, were you traumatized, or was that like a good thing? Me sticking you in there with the babes now. Come on, let me know. Sunrise and Linden Lane. You know, Wayne was one of the first ones, being born early in the year like he did. He was one of the first guys to get a license. And his parents were more than nice in loaning the car to Wayne and letting Wayne shuttle us all around. And a tragic incident happened on Sunrise one night as Wayne was driving 14 people in and on Marcia's station wagon. Yes, in and on. There was a half a dozen of us on the roof. And this is there's another shrine over here. Let's get out and take a look. And yes, there still is. There's a shrine for that poor little puppy that Wayne ran over that night. You know, Wayne did the honorable thing, though. We left here, we went, and he called the police. We came back, and miraculously, that little sucker was gone. He must have just nipped him instead of running over him all the way. But there it is, Wayne. You know, that's a sad moment in your career, but we got to move on and learn from these things, buddy. This is the site of where Wayne first learned to play golf. You remember Bill Beniskevich being kind enough to talk about Wayne's prowess in golf, and there's the starter shack over there. Behind that fence is where Wayne hit the first tee shot of his life. And a poor one it was, but everybody, I don't know if any of you people, Wayne, do you even play golf anymore? Anyways, this is Audubon Country Club. Okay, it's just a town course, but we had a lot of fun up here, spent a lot of time up here.
This is site of the famous "What's on the doggy, dear?"
You remember her, Wayne. She always liked you. I think she might have been your piano teacher. You know, none of us ever learned exactly who your piano teacher was. There was always like this mysterious lady in your life, and we never knew who she was. But maybe that was her. Maybe that's why she liked you so much. And, you know, every morning we used to take the bus to the middle school. It's Terry Sykes. Remember Terry Sykes, Wayne? Huh? We see people all the time. There he is. He's saying happy birthday. But this was the site of some famous middle school, junior high antics, where every day, in fact, look at the fence they've erected This is because all the stuff we used to throw at the cars when we go to school in the morning. Now they've got the 10-foot high security fence up there for us. But remember the day we threw the penguin out the window, that like 5-foot tall stuffed penguin? And of course, there was the infamous chocolate milk that we used to buy from the milkman every morning, and you left that one in your locker for like 4 or 5 days. And the last day of school, you decided you wanted to take it home even though it was spoiled, and somebody threw it and it broke on the window ledge and dumped all over Donna Grant, and you got in trouble for that. Just trying to bring back some of these fun memories from your days at school. And here we are entering the prison grounds. Yes, fond memories. Fond memories abound. I can't remember any of the teachers you had here, but I know you had some fun here. And of course, behind the junior high was our Little League complex, Melot, where we all had a lot of fun. There's the old Major League Diamond over there and the Frank Troutman Clubhouse. Well, they demoed it. It was the Frank Troutman Clubhouse. Now there's a backhoe sitting on the grounds, but a lot of good times growing up and playing over here. I know you were, considered a power hitter by most of us, and I think there's the site of a lot of your singles right over there in the field. John doing a fine job on the video in there.
It's like the Blair Witch Project.
That's it. It's the Blair Friedman Project. One thing that Wayne was a connoisseur of his food, and you can be sure that Nancy will remember from her trip here one of Wayne's favorite eating establishments, Anderson's Custard, best roast beef in town. And of course, a trip to Buffalo for Wayne wouldn't be complete without a visit to Ted's charcoal broiled hot dogs. Ted's world famous now. You people in Atlanta might know of a place or heard of a place called Barker's. And Barker's is a takeoff. Glenn, are you there? Talking about you, buddy. Barker's is kind of a takeoff of the Ted's concept. Charcoal grilled Salen's hot dogs. Two of Wayne's favorite eating establishments. And we'll go find another for him, too. And one of Wayne's absolute favorite spots is Bocce's Pizza. Wayne's probably had about 400 of these in his day. This is in another good neighborhood. Wayne picks all the places in a good neighborhood. After I go through some of these holes in the parking lot here, we'll be okay.
Maybe that guy knows.
Yeah, now we're at the corner of Sheridan and Sweet Home. And Bakerman's Fresh Coffee and Donuts used to be the infamous Mr. Donuts. Watch out there, lady. Holy mackerel. We complete this mission, Wayne, without hurting somebody, we're going to be lucky. But I know you had several hundred, maybe several thousand donuts in your career. What else? What other kind of food did Wayne like? We're going to visit a few more, but it's hard to believe that a guy that looks this good ate that kind of junk. I mean, quality food. And exactly what happened to you, buddy? You must have been working out. And Duff's. A lot of people know that chicken wings were invented in Buffalo. And Duff's is one of the finer spots in town. Wayne would be sure to take you to Duff's if you were visiting here.
Okay.
Sheridan Lanes. Had a lot of fun in Sheridan Lanes. A lot of good food, a lot of good bowling in there. Spent a lot of our Saturday mornings in there. And Sheridan Harlem Plaza. We used to have Gray Ox Ice Cream Store in the corner, Woldman's Drug Store. But our favorite spot was Your Host now. Your Host isn't here anymore. Your Host is vacant. But it was a great spot. We had a lot of fun in there. We had the infamous chocolate milk. Chocolate milk incidents kind of followed Wayne around. We had the one on the school bus, but we also had one that Wayne remembers when I got a little upset over the size of my large chocolate milk and proceeded to pour one out on the counter. We had a lot of good times in Your Host. Wayne, always an avid hockey fan. In fact, Arnie had some of the greatest seats, those front row orange seats that he had. We all got a nice opportunity to come down here. Seeing he owned Channel 7, it was nice of him to donate those seats to us once in a while. But times have changed and the Sabres don't play here anymore. We got a lot of fond memories. We had that 1975 Stanley Cup against the Philadelphia Flyers, and that team with the French connection is one that always will be special to Wayne. Now we have a new arena. It's a beautiful place. The old team is replaced by Dominic Hasek and Michael Pekka. And let's go in and see if we can find anybody that Wayne remembers or remembers Wayne.
Blame it on. Jen, were they really?
Go ahead, Tara.
Were they really fighting right there or not?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Go ahead. Is there an extra seat there? Wayne, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Wayne. Hey, Wayne, happy birthday.
Wayne, this is Fred Stanley from the new arena here in the Marine Midland. I'd like to wish you a happy birthday.
Hi, my beer. Hi, I'm Derek Smith, Sabres alumni. Happy birthday, Wayne. Hope you have a great day.
Hi Wayne, this is Larry Carrier from the Sabres. I'd like to wish you a real good happy birthday today. Enjoy yourself a lot and have a great year.
Hi Wayne, sorry you missed the game. Happy 40th, buddy. You're getting closer to 50. Once you reach 50, you'll be my tab.
Have a light too. All right, you don't get mad. Wayne, I'd like to wish you a very happy birthday. And go to hell.
Happy birthday, Wayne.
Happy birthday, Wayne. Have a great birthday. Wayne, would you...
Hey Wayne, this is Larry Clay. Happy birthday, buddy.
Hey Wayne, happy birthday. I don't know if it's your 50th or not, but I hope not. But happy birthday, have a good time. Too bad you weren't here to enjoy it.
Say Wayne. Hi, it's Shoney. Happy birthday, Wayne.
great seeing your old Sabre friends like that. I'll tell you, buddy. It's good that we finally did find some people in town that remember you. Let's go see if we can find some more.
Wayne Friedman, trying to think who that was. Short little Chinese guy? No. Achoo! Oh, excuse me. Now I remember. My sinuses are cleared. Happy birthday to you, Wayne. I remember Bocce's Pizzas, swimming, throwing your suit up on the roof, having you running across the street, whipping around in the old Ford Falcon. Some other good things. I remember it was somebody's turn to pay when the Shines used to drive. What else? I don't know. You get 45 years old. Wow. I thought you'd be dead by now. I hope you have a good birthday, and I hope you enjoy the film. And in closing, I just have a special piece for you.
Wayne, do you remember this tree when I was spying on that one-legged gimp that you came in second place to? Happy birthday. Hope to see you soon.
Okay, so we've pretty much gone from 5 minutes to 10 minutes to about 20 minutes here. There's no way they're going to be able to show this whole thing. But we've got a lot of ground to cover now. Can you imagine that his parents actually thought that Kenny was the wild one in the family? and realistically, it was Wayne. They just didn't know about Wayne a lot.
That's
you
right.
know?
That's right.
Do you remember that? Remember when we went to Florida? Remember when we went to Florida in the LTD?
No.
Some of the
I don't want to talk
adventures-
about
some
that.
of the adventures
We shouldn't
that
even
happened.
talk about it.
Well, I know we don't have time, to put it on tape or anything like that, but
Kim
remember when-
Burzon?
Remember when she puked in the back seat of the LTD?
And then we what? Coming back on the way home?
You remember the patch-out contest when Wayne wanted to destroy the transmission so we could fly home?
No, we don't want to talk about
Arnie,
those
you know
things.
what? You drive a Ford today?
Yes.
You drive a Ford?
Yeah.
I drive a Ford. We all drive Fords because that LTD was so indestructible. We couldn't wreck that thing no matter what. It was an amazing car. Remember listening to Reeling in the Years
Yep. And
I
going through the
agree.
car wash with the window open.
with the window open to wash out the puke.
Yep.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Every state.
Yep.
Do you remember when we got there, my aunt had 2 cases of beer
Yep.
in the refrigerator?
16-ounce
And
can.
we learned how to shoot beers.
I don't know what you're
That was-
talking about.
Yes, when you take the beer and you put the can,
Wayne showed us how. You remember?
That's right. Wayne knew all that kind of stuff. He used to masquerade as a piano playing kind of guy. His parents believed that he was this nice kid. He was really the one that kind of led us astray, if you think about it.
Yeah.
He was the first one to get his license. He always conned his parents into giving us that car. Do you remember when you?
He taught me how to drive a 4-speed.
Did he?
In the Pinto.
In the Pinto.
Remember the Pinto?
The tow.
The red
Oh,
Pinto.
I barely remember.
Remember the Pinto? That was the one with the seeds
I
in it.
remember driving down that.
The one with the seeds going over the border.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Those
The
were
Pinto.
Kenny's, I think.
The Pinto, yeah.
Yeah, some sesame seeds.
Yeah.
I do remember the Pinto. Do you remember going down on Chippewa? We were driving down to Chippewa.
No, I don't remember that.
Wayne had that pellet gun.
Oh!
Do you remember that? Oh, I remember that.
It was my pellet gun.
I think Wayne had your pellet gun.
Oh.
Well, we went through, all right, let's go through this thing, though. We went through the old neighborhood. We got that. We've got, what else? What else did we do here on the tape?
We did the restaurants.
We did the restaurants.
We did Maplemere.
What's this wrestling with WWCC?
Oh, remember we did we went on the
Oh,
Westwood Country Club, and we were doing a drama project.
Film media.
and Flash and Trout were wrestling. They were championship wrestlers, and Wayne was the referee.
Big Bad Billy Borso versus
Tiny Town Tito.
Tiny Town Tito. Wayne was a ref.
And he helped us out. I remember we were editing the film, and he came up with one of the great one-liners ever. The telephone in the editing room rings, and he goes, "And there's the bell," right at the right time that the match was starting.
Remember falling? I fell in the ice because
Yeah.
it was wintertime.
Exactly. Yeah, we were on
I went out in the ice and fell through.
Bob and Don's. We got Bob and Don's. We got that all set.
You guys must have stories about that hamburger joint.
Molly's.
Big Molly's?
Big Molly's, Berries.
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 Yeah, we already went by Berries. and we
Berries.
did
Yeah,
that
we
thing.
showed the site of Berries.
We showed Berries.
Berries
The band.
is-
What's she'd rather?
The band, there was one point in time, well, you know, Wayne was the only real musician. I took clarinet for a few weeks, but we were gonna form a band one time. I was gonna buy a tambourine. We used to practice singing the Turtles, She'd Rather Be With Me in Wayne's Garage. We really thought, you know, we probably should have formed one.
Some of the things that we've missed in our life. 7th at Brighton. 17th at Brighton.
No, the second.
And I got
Was it the
17th
second?
at Brighton.
Oh, yeah, I think it was the second hole at Brighton, actually, when he got to 17.
Oh, okay. You got the 17 at the second.
17,
Okay.
yes, he got
Okay.
sand trapped that time and
could never get out of
took
it.
about 12 swings and finally ended up going backwards. And
I remember playing golf with him. I used to always make his footprints for him to hit a sand shot. Do you remember that? I used to go in there and
you just make the footprints for me, too.
Adrian Roy. Oh, we did Adrian Roy. We already
Adrian
did
Roy,
that
but
thing.
you
The
know-
stalking
you know,
incident. The
it was-
stalking thing.
It was, Adrian Roy was just an amazing story. The fact that he used to like pay us in pizzas to ride over there with him, and then we would drop him off there, and he would give us the LTD, and we would give flash driving lessons on Sweet Home Road, and
I'm not sure we want to talk about that too
yeah,
much
you're
more.
probably right.
patch out contest.
What's this Arnie's F-bomb? Do we want to talk about that?
Yeah, we got to save some material for the 50th, but Wayne and I were going to putt-putt one day, and Arnie was driving, and we came upon a little construction, and the flagman waved us, and then stopped Arnie, and then he waved us again, and then he stopped him again, and then he waved us again, and Arnie said, "Will y'all make up here?" And it's the first time I ever heard a parent fire an F-bomb out there. Another fond memory of the Friedman family.
Mrs. Manson, Irv Weinstein.
Irv, you know,
How about Linda Evans?
Linda Evans.
We did Linda Evans.
Yeah, we
That
showed
was
the
in the street.
shrine. We
That
showed
was
the shrine on the street. Although there was the time when it was the same time when Wayne let the turtle loose in the. See again, another thing where we were always kind of like considered the hoodlums in the neighborhood, but Wayne let the turtle loose into
With
their
Linda-
family room with Linda Evans and
Evans.
Connie Francis in there, and I think there was a shriek in there. I think that might have been Marcia. But
Earth
Did
Day.
it go that day? when
Earth
they were-
Day.
Earth Day.
Earth Day. Remember that? March into the junior high, blocking the entrance to the junior high when we were in seventh or eighth grade.
Vince, did you walk that day?
I remember that.
We carried
Oh,
a garbage
yeah.
can. We carried a garbage can.
I remember that.
Our photo was on the
Yeah.
front page of the Amherst Gate.
I remember
Getting
that.
halfway to school saying, what the hell are we doing?
Turtle. Got turtle. Beer out of my fridge.
Friday nights, my parents would go out. It used to be the night we'd
Don't
come
forget
over
that.
there and drink beer out of the family fridge.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know.
Taxis.
Deny it forever.
Taxis.
Glenn Robbins.
Glenn Robbins
Oh,
taxis.
The taxis. How many?
$400 rockets, taxis. Enough said. Rockets.
Betty Lou chasing us
Don't-
in the cab.
Don't go there.
Glenn
Don't go
offering the
there.
cabbie 20 to
To wait
lose
for it.
his mother.
To wait for it.
Loser!
Loser. What about the Weedo Warriors?
The Weedo
I didn't
Warriors.
have that on the list. Oh, I
The
just
Weedo,
thought of
that's
that.
a
We don't
classic.
Warriors.
The Weedo Warriors.
Wayne was always the
Yeah, we had-
reporter.
he was. We had some great hockey games in the street too. Some good street hockey games, and on the ponds at Westwood too. Remember those games?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
What position did Wayne play?
Defense.
Defense.
Yeah. Or probably went goal
I thought he
once
was
in a
a
while.
goalie.
I think he went goal
Glenn's
once
friend
in a
was
while.
the guy
Oh,
was
Howie.
Howie was the
Howie.
Yeah, he was a goalie. That's right. What is Delroy?
Delroy Ward.
Delroy and
Delroy
Stan.
Ward. You know, we had a unique thing. We had the one ball kid and the three ball kid. So I just thought, I had to be Gilbert for Wayne to remember that.
What was Delroy? One or three?
One.
Oh, he was one. Stan was three.
Stan was three.
Stan
Bills.
Levineski had
Bills.
three.
What is Bills? Bills.
Well, he's a big Bills fan. I thought we could get out to the stadium and
We
shoot some
did-
video.
Yeah, well, we didn't do that. We couldn't get out to the stadium.
Well,
Sorry.
it's off season.
Kristen-
It's all
but-
season. You wouldn't have seen anything
but
anyway.
Jim Kelly says
Like a
hello,
lot of
and
people.
Wade
You are
Phillips
like-
and the boys wish you a happy birthday, pal.
Bahamas.
The Bucs.
Mike the cabbie.
Come
Do we remember?
Remember Mike the cabbie?
Only he would know that.
Well,
That's the
me
thing.
and Trouty went down there. Wayne came and joined us, and one night we got in this cabbie, and Mike the cabbie took us to some back roads areas that we really shouldn't have been at. And we was very scared that we were. This is a spot where they could have never found our bodies again. No one would have known we were there.
Never do it.
We had a great time there, nonetheless.
I have a bad one here. While your parents thought
That he was just a good kid.
KF was the wild one.
Yeah, they thought Kenny,
Oh, they thought the Kenny was the wild one?
right.
Oh.
And Wayne was like the closet.
The closet wild one, yeah. And the last one I've got here is Daytona Beach.
Daytona Beach.
I don't know about Daytona
Wayne
Beach.
came down. It's another trip. Me and Paul were down there. Wayne came down and joined us in Daytona Beach. Spring break, party time. Wayne decided to stay in 3 nights in a row to watch the Holocaust.
Holocaust. I remember that.
It was kind of like the time when Betsy and me went down and visited Wayne and Nancy, and Wayne decided to stay in, and Nancy had to go to the movies with us.
You did. You didn't want to.
Nancy, I'm impressed as hell that you can make it this far.
Nancy, you are a saint. You
You're
are
a
a
saint.
hero.
You're going straight
Yeah.
to heaven.
So
That's it. We have no more.
we have no more, buddy.
No mas.
It's,
That's it.
we got to save some things for your 50th here, but
I'm not sure we have anything left.
we really want to wish you a happy 45th birthday. We're sorry we can't be there.
We want that blue shafted putter, since you're not using it.
Do you still have that? You were the first guy we knew with aluminum clubs, aluminum shafted clubs.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
birthday.
pal.
Enjoy.
We miss you. Come home soon with the whole family.
See ya.
Bye.